And if it's pretty girl you're looking for, you find it. And you can feel it in the air. People come from far, people come from there. This is the perfect place to spend a while here. Just put the flight down here, I know that you go like it. And this is how we know that we are alive. Vincy don't ever need to put to start a vibe. It's Vincy time, do not to lie. You need to fly, right up to the maddest place on earth. Can't tell no lie. If you come by, you will not deny that it's the maddest place on earth. And we go show from the top of the mountain. This is the greatest place, our great escape, my favorite space, the maddest place on
99.9 WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right. So good morning to everybody. We are back with you for another commentary. Well, another day here on WEFM, and we are in our commentary segment. You have in studio Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza Samuel, and already on the line we have Mr. Philbert Peejohn. Peejohn, good morning to you.
Good morning, Roleza. Good morning, Dianna. And have you heard about the dancehall artist Vybz Kartel?
Yes, sir.
Is he a threat to our youths?
You know, we actually have that down to talk about, but go ahead, Peejohn.
Okay. Well, according to media reports, popular dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, is scheduled to visit Trinidad on May 26 in preparation for a concert on May 31st. However, Trinidad and Tobago's Defense Minister, Wayne Sturge, has ordered that the itinerary of the artist be cut. The minister apparently has problems with Kartel's past legal troubles. According to a report in the Trinidad Guardian, Sturge is prohibiting Vybz Kartel from 2 media interviews and some other events. According to an immigration order, Sturge is prohibiting the artist from doing a morning radio interview, a midday television appearance, a local press drop-in on May 27. He has also blocked a meet and greet, a visit to a school or youth center, a cultural lunch with community leaders, and an official meet and greet on May 28. All these offstage engagements have been banned. I find this situation quite interesting. Why is Kartel being treated as a persona non grata in Trinidad? After all, isn't he the biggest and most influential artist in the Caribbean? I think he is currently the most sought after performer in the region. Rumors abound that the artist is scheduled to perform in St. Vincent and the Grenadines before the end of this year. That is yet to be confirmed. I am sure that he would be welcomed with open arms. Indeed, from the highest echelons of the country's leadership to the man on the street, Kartel is embraced in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In the meantime, the artist is free to perform in TNT, but his offstage interactions with his youthful fans have been severely restricted. Does this make any sense? Is Vybz Kartel a threat to our youths? I doubt that very much. Let us prepare to welcome him if and when he visits St. Vincent again. And that's my rant for the day.
So we welcome him with open arms. Peejohn?
Yes.
All right. All right. Thanks for your commentary today. All righty. So that was Peejohn there with his commentary. Is Vice Kartel a threat to our youth? All right. We're going to get into that a little bit. So I just want to say good morning again to everybody, whatever it is that you might be doing at this time. For those persons in the best position, you might still be in bed and listening to us. We envy you. All right. For those of you who are on the roads at this time, we understand and we're happy that we are keeping your company. All right. Whatever it is that you might be doing with your day, we're hoping that you're going to have a safe and a productive one. All right. It's Friday. It's looking like it's going to be a wet Friday, but nonetheless, we take comfort and we take joys in little things. And today being Friday is the joy that we are going to be taking. All right. All right. So good morning to you, Dianna.
Morning, Roleza. Good morning to all of our listeners. As Roleza said, it's a wet Friday, but I mean, it's the weekend. So if it's anything, you could take solace in the fact that you could be wrapped up in bed over the weekend while the rain is falling.
You're hoping rain falling on your weekend and place might be hot.
That's it in truth. Actually, that's true.
But some people, even if it's even some persons, even if the night is hot, they would still wrap up. I was one of those persons. It was so weird. Like I could not go to sleep unless I had a cover over me and the place could be boiling hot.
I would have cover. You would fully cover, Roleza.
I don't know what's wrong with me back then. because I don't know. I felt exposed. I feel exposed if I'm on the bed without a cover on. So whether it was hot or cold, I was covered up. But these days is a lot different.
You cover your feet too?
Yeah.
Or you don't leave your feet out for the thing under the bed to snatch it?
And to me, covering up and just having my feet exposed, it feels weird. It feels like, somebody could tickle your foot or the jumpy underneath the bed might come out. Yeah. Everything has to be covered up. The only place I won't cover is my face because I feel like I'm suffocating. But yeah, it's one of those weird things, right? So how do you sleep, folks? So how is somebody saying they're in between bed and work? You're working on your bed? Well. Tell us more.
Please explain.
All righty. So we actually had this topic down to talk about. But since Peejohn has brought it up, we could talk about it now. So let me hear Dianna's thoughts on it first.
Is Kartel a threat to our youth? The world is a threat to our youth. The systems in place around us are a threat to our youth. I think that too many times parents leave their children up to the music, the people that sing the music, the people in the movie, the people on the TV, the politician, the whoever. We leave it up to too many people to be a role model to our children. Be a role model to your own child, please and thank you. The people have their life to live. Obviously, I don't support what Kartel was imprisoned for. I don't support those kinds of things. But I also recognize that Kartel does not just sing the violent songs, the songs that promote whatever sort of things. He also has some positive songs. He also has some uplifting songs. Since he came out of prison, there seems to have been some positive things about him, like the woman that he has. He's supposedly promoting the monogamous relationship versus supposedly.
I have a roll my eyes right now because anyway.
He's supposedly promoting the one woman thing. That's as a supposedly.
I know, let me leave that alone.
Right? He's showing love to his woman in public, which a lot of men don't do. I've seen some comments under some things from men who are saying they like that Kartel is showing his woman love in public. So some of them, being that some of them have idolized him, they feel like he's setting an example to them now. Because he is doing it, they could also do it. It's okay for them to show love to their woman in public. And
it took Kartel for them to realize they could do that.
Those ones.
Boy, man, all of this stuff.
Right. So I don't think that he is a threat to the youth. I just think that everything around us, all the other things that we have in place, are a threat to the youths. He's not the only person that sings these kinds of songs. He's not the only person who promotes. Well, I don't even want to say promote, because to be honest, like I said before, I listened to Kartel songs before he went to jail. I still listen to all kind of bad man songs, Roleza. When I'm ready to step out of my other types of music, I listen to some real bad man tune. I don't feel like a bad man. I don't feel like going anywhere and shooting up anything. I don't feel like doing anything. I know it's just a song and I'm vibing to the song. When the song done, my vibing done. I gone after that.
When you don't listen to bad man song, you gonna listen to country music.
Some
That's how you
gospel
keep it
music to cleanse
balanced.
the space.
Oh Lord.
So
That's it.
yeah.
All right. Now, every time I see Kartel do an interview, I keep saying that Kartel must be thinking he's the luckiest man on earth. Right? Because even though he has said it that he knew that one day he would be set free, I don't know if that is really true, right? Because that is some serious strong faith to believe that having been given a life sentence to know that one day that you will be set free, right? I am actually not in disagreement with what the minister said, right? And I will say that I am not one of those to put Kartel on a pedestal, right? I don't put anybody on a pedestal because we're all human and everybody has their flaw, all right? So while it is that there are things that I can take from individuals that I can respect, I can admire, nobody on a pedestal for me, all right? And I do agree with Dianna with what she's saying is that you don't want for celebrities necessarily to be the role models for your children, right? And again, as I just said, they can take things from the celebrities that they can emulate. But, you know, as parents or even the children to themselves, they have to know what are my values, what are my core values, what are my moral standards, etc., and not necessarily coming from a celebrity. Because I remember back in the day when persons who used to be dogging on Rihanna and telling Rihanna, you know, there are young people out there looking at her and she says, I'm not supposed to be a role model for your child. You be a role model for your child. You know, she is there living her life and she's an adult. So she really and truly should be able to just do what she wants. She should be able to express herself the way in which she wants. When it comes to the situation with Kartel, though, I think many persons fail to realize, and exactly what the minister said, is that he got out on a technicality. It doesn't mean that he isn't guilty. And because it wasn't a case of him being found not guilty by the jurors, by a jury of his peers, because he came out on a technicality, I think many persons seem to be forgetting that, right? So it's not a case where, let's say, I'm holding it against him, but it's the pedestal that he has been placed on since coming out. And that is what is my problem, right? So it's not even a matter of him being a role model to young people. It's about people forgetting why it is he went to jail in the first place. And it wasn't that he was innocent.
Did they even study why he was there in the first place? Because when he was there, they all had this free world boss going on. So did they even care?
But then we should.
Yeah.
Right? Look at what is happening right now with PDD. Persons want to see him jailed. I mean, you know, no situation is better than the other in this case because it's murder and one is human trafficking, right? That human trafficking thing with PDD. But the thing of it is that, yeah, I am just not there with it. And you know, even in the whole context of, you know, this whole discussion that we once had with the PM bringing Kartel and being a friend of Kartel or seemingly a friend of Kartel, and I'm there like, yeah, no, it doesn't sit well with me. Not the highest person in the land. Well, the second highest person in the land, or maybe third highest if you're putting God first, right? Not the third highest person in the land, you know, it never sat well with me. And I mean, I saw a friend from Trinidad making a post this morning. Well, he made a post and he said something to the effect where he found it hypocritical that a minister is making this comment when they have all sorts of corruption and things happening with government ministers.
I agree wholeheartedly.
In Trinidad, you know. But I mean, maybe this minister isn't like that. We don't know. But yeah, the reason why Kartel went to jail, everybody seems to be forgetting. And yeah, you might say that he did his time, you know, but nah, me ain't had that kind of short memory. Not at all. All right, and with that, we are going to head on out of this segment. And if in a few seconds, we will bring to you this morning's traffic talk.